Hello and welcome to the bike show, and welcome to the most important bike test of the year.
Yes, the Kawasaki H2, the first ever supercharged motorcycle, is finally here.
I drew the long straw. I'm going to ride it first, so I better go. We often have to sign an indemnity when we take a bike away, and literally this one I'm signing my life away, because if I do anything to this at 320,000 Rand, I'm not affording that in a hurry, am I? Thank you. It's mine. So this is it, the bike we've all been waiting for, and we've got it for exactly 30 hours. I mean, what can we do with it in 30 hours? And don't forget, we've still got to live our normal life. And talking of which, time for the school run. Yeah, man.
This make is very nice, my man.
Thank you.
Nice, nice. You bought it?
No,
Oh.
I couldn't afford it. This engine is producing about 500 degrees centigrade. I'm burning myself a new arse. Commuting through rush hour traffic. Epic fail number 1. We didn't think that one through, did we really? No pillion seat. Epic fail number 2. What was I thinking? Wasting time on the school run and commuting. This bike is for special occasions. In fact, this bike is the special occasion. Kawasaki have built the Starship Enterprise. It's got warp drive. It actually folds time and space. 1 minute a car is a kilometre away from you, the next thing is underneath your wheels. It's madness.
I haven't been checking. I haven't got any official figures, but I tell you what, it seems to be emptying very, very quickly indeed. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. If you can afford 320 grand for a new bike, who's worried about the cost of petrol?
We've come here to the Satellite Road, the traditional home of the top speed run, to see what this bike can really do. Now, keeping in the theme of responsibility, we are of course going to close this road off. Right, let's go.
I hope you like cleaning, because if you own an H2, you're going to be doing an awful lot of polishing, but oh, you know what? It's not a chore, because oh, look at it. It's actually a pleasure polishing this bike. You'll be doing it as often as you can. Strangely, it's even more good looking at night than it is during the day. Sometimes it looks black, sometimes silver, but always mean and imposing. The headlights are belter too. Proper Star Wars stuff. And you do feel like Darth Vader at night on this kind of machine. Warp speed, just a twist of the wrist away. There is, of course, no denying that the top speed is deeply impressive, but it ain't nothing compared to the way that it actually gets there. That's pretty bloody silly, really. Oh, and I don't even mind when it's stalled, which it often does when it comes to a halt, but that... yeah, that's pretty silly. Pretty bloody silly.
Right, it's all fun doing all this high-speed larking about, but what happens when you need to come to an abrupt halt? Let's find out. I'm now doing 160, hold it there, and brake. That's a whole lot of stoppage.
It's all very well having all this performance, but if you use it all, you are going to be doing quite a lot of this, all the time, actually. 2,300 kilometres the first set of tyres on this bike did, so it's time for a new set.
No.
Do you know what I do for a living? Have you seen the size of my salary packet? I don't think so. What are you doing?
You've heard the phrase. I'd give my left bollock to have that. Well, 2 testicles is overkill, isn't it?
Well, that just about concludes our 30 hours with the Kawasaki H2. According to my watch, we have 3 minutes and 24 seconds to return this to Kawasaki. I think I'll take the long way.
Well, there's no getting away from it. It might not be any good on the school run, and it's possibly not the best commuter in the world, but I happen to think it is one of the most impressive machines I've ever ridden. Harry, verdict?
I've got to live the rest of my life knowing that I'll probably never ride another bike that special again?
Pessimist.
Look, I agree, it's really fast and all that, but something I still love is that sound. I mean, that choo-choo-choo sound. Oh, man, that's worth at least half the asking price.
That's the child on the programme.
There you go, that's his valuable input.
I have to say I agree with him. Yeah, the fluttering sound from the whatever it is, the dump valve or something.
Yeah, that thing.
But you don't hear it when you're on the bike. You only hear it
Yes.
when you're a bystander. So all those lucky pedestrians out there, they're going to hear it and we won't.
So just move in next to somebody who owns an H2, and there we go. You're happy for the rest of your life.
Okay, so you did the top speed run.
Yes.
It went to 299 kilometres an hour, I saw.
Yes.
Does it stop? I know the speedo stopped there, but does it stop itself, or are the revs still climbing? What's
I
going
have
on?
no idea. I was too terrified. No, I
Some
mean,
objective research again. Well
I
done.
mean,
Bob.
okay, it gets to 299, but here's the thing. At 299, where other bikes really, really you are terrified at 299. This thing actually, when you stop and sort of think about it, is so stable, so solid. I mean, all those aerodynamics really work. So, yeah, it makes sort of the same horsepower as the other bikes, but it's better at doing top speed than all the other bikes.
That's the weird thing about it, though, isn't it? It really, if you look at the spec sheet, it's a bit heavier than all. Well, not a bit. It's quite a bit heavier than all the superbikes, and it's making the same sort of peak figure. So this supercharger thing, explain to the viewers what is not necessarily how it works, but what does it feel like?
It's just like, I mean, you said at one point on the test, like with an ordinary superbike, an ordinary aspirated superbike, you have to get to like 8,000-9,000 RPM and then it just all hell breaks loose. With this, basically hell has broken loose before you even open the throttle and it's just this mad turbine rush.
It's relentless, isn't it?
Unrelentless power. It's just incredible.
Okay, it's got the power. We tested the brakes. They obviously work, but they do on all the bikes these days. Handling-wise, look, we never got a chance to get some proper corners in, and I rode it. It is pretty heavy, pretty long, massively stable. It's what you want on the top speed run, but you did the corners.
You would actually say that was lardy. If it was any other bike, you'd say it was lardy, but because it's this one, you're actually holding back.
I'm two-faced, yes.
Look, I mean, okay, a lot of people keep asking me, how does it compare to the R1? And I mean, it's not
They're
the
so
same
chalk and
motorbike.
cheese, yeah.
It's just not the same motorbike. Look, it's 238 kilograms, that's heavy. And you feel it around the corners, you really do. Look, it's capable of going around the corners. I'd take it to the track day just for the fun of it, but you're not going to break any lap records, let's be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. So, definitively, we're not ridden them back-to-back, but let's be honest, it's S1000RR, R1, ZX10, they're fast around the track still.
Definitely, yes.
Where do we think it stacks up in straight-line speed, though? I mean, the Kings now, your Hayabusa, your ZX14, we've all launched those, they're pretty impressive, but what's your gut feeling? Where does this rank next to a 14?
I think if you were to do like a top speed run on the freeway, let's just say 120 kilometers per hour and then open it, this thing would, honestly, like we keep saying, I mean, it all comes in at once. You're going to do that to them. However, what I would say about this bike compared to those, if you want to compare it to ZX14s and that, is that it's not really the most comfortable bike on the planet, is it?
No.
I mean, it is road orientated. It's too heavy for the track. So surely maybe just a slightly higher screen would make it just that much better.
Someone said, summed it up quite nicely, I think, to me, is that in the bike world, much as the Bugatti Veyron is to the car world, this is to the bike world. It's one of those kind of vanity projects, supercharger for the first ever time. Look at us, look how fast it is. Yes, it'll get around corners, but that's not really what it's about.
Yeah, it is. I mean, as I said in the piece, the bike itself is the special occasion. You don't just ride it on. The bike itself, it's an engineering exercise. It's to put Kawasaki right at the top of the pedestal, and it is the most beautiful looking thing.
Okay, we're going to mention the looks. Now, a lot of the looks are influenced. It's got a trellis frame, what, on a Japanese bike? That's a bit weird, and a kind of half fairing thing going on. You'd think with it being top speed monster, it'd be all slippery like a Hayabusa, but supercharger generates a lot of heat, which you found in the traffic.
Yes, I had boiled nuts.
And so they needed the fairing off, and they need the trellis frame so that the engine can get some cooling. Quite interesting. But it's not beautiful, is it? Donovan, how would you describe it?
I wouldn't say beautiful, but I mean, much in the same way that the designer of the Hayabusa didn't design it to be beautiful, he designed it to be striking. I mean, it's something that you look at it and you instantly know, that's an H2. Without even thinking.
It is utterly imposing. We should really wrap this conversation up. We could talk for hours, but I want to bring one more thing in.
Go on.
We were lucky enough when we picked it up. There's another version of this, a hotter version of this, the H2R. Now, the figures do start to become impressive here.
320 brake horsepower?
Yeah, well, we saw it was delivered in a crate, so it's delivered with slicks.
Mm-hmm. No
lights.
No.
With the most amazing fins on it, which apparently are really needed. Now, the guy who picked it up had paid I don't want to lie, 620, 630 grand for it. Can't ride it on the road, but apparently he has a very long driveway at home, and I think it was you, Donovan, who told me he stuck the GPS on it and
375 kilometers per hour. Put it this way, at the world launch at Qatar racetrack, they got higher top speed down that straight than the MotoGP bikes got.
which was over 340
It
k's or
was
something.
350 something. It was ridiculous. Some people have said it's rumored. No one's actually done it or got proof. It's rumored to do more than 400 kilometers per hour.
If you have a long
Okay, look, I believe there are
They
6
need
or
a
7.
really long driveway, yeah.
6 or 7 maybe coming into the country. Of those 6 and 7, well, look, they're all sold. I'm above begging myself, but I think
Me
Donovan,
too.
yeah, if you could beg on our behalf.
Fine, I shall do the begging. Guys, if anyone out there has an H2R and they feel like being charitable towards some poor journalists, please lend it to us. Come on, you know you want to.
Okay. Embarrassing grovelling over. We could talk about the H2 forever and ever and ever, but we have to go to an ad break. Join us afterwards because we'll be taking a look at some very interesting new products.
That's it then for this week. Thank you for watching, and we'll leave you with a few more views of the mouth-watering H2 Kawasaki.